15, and Pesca is just wrapped up in the backfield. Loses quite a bit.
Yeah,
Colin Lozinski with the ball.
4 Benton Rangers in the backfield. And Kralis had nowhere to go.
3rd down and 13 from the 12. I think I got the live stream going once again here. So if you would like to watch and listen, just visit Carterville Lions versus Benton Rangers on YouTube. And you should be able to see the game there as Petska takes the snap. And again, 3-4 Benton Ranger defensive linemen in the backfield. And there's nothing Petska can do there.
It looked like it was a broken play. Petska looked to his left like he was expecting somebody there. And by the time he turned around, again, there was about 3-4 Benton Rangers right in his face. Right now, Benton's defensive line
They're owning
the line of scrimmage.
They have Carterville pinned back at their own 5-yard line. 4th down. Colin Lozinski is going to do the kicking as coming in late for the Lions, Carson Pearson. He gets in there. Lozinski has a good leg and gets a good kick away. Drives the man from Benton back to the 45-yard line. He's brought down right there as it was Joey Craig that took that punt. Nice job by that defensive unit to cover that punt.
Yeah, Matthew Jones was the guy that brought him down. Good open field tackle at about the 45-yard line. If he doesn't make that tackle, he's got room to the near sideline.
So a lot of punting in this game for both teams.
Well, I actually saw a preseason NFL game last night that the final score was 5-0.
So it's 1st down. I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it, but that's all right. As the Rangers are going to have it, 10:15 left here in the 2nd quarter. Thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF, and if you're watching on the live stream, we appreciate that as well. As quarterback Gordon, he gives it to his fullback who is able to jump his way out across the 40. They're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. Nice carry on 1st down for the Rangers.
Now you see Benton's offense getting a little bit more confidence with each possession. Their offensive line, which is very big, getting off the ball quickly. The running backs getting a little bit more room to run between the tackles. Carterville's defense is going to have to stiffen up a little bit.
2nd down and 4 from the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry. As Grant Gordon, the junior quarterback, takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to his running back. That is done, and he's met by how many Lions are there? 5? 5 Carterville Lions led by Bailey Hicks on that tackle.
Now, neither team's really had any success running to the outside. That's a big stop, bring up 3rd and about 4 for Benton.
3rd down and 4 once again from the 40-yard line. I'm impressed with the defense so far. They've hung right in there.
We thought that this was going to be the strength of Carterville's team, at least early on. And so far in this game, Carterville's defense has been everything that we thought it would be.
So 3rd down and 4 from the 40 for the Rangers. As it's the give to Swiganski. And he is brought down right at the 40-yard line. No gain. So that's going to bring up 4th down now for Benton.
Yeah, I guess they thought they would give the ball to Swiganski because he's so small. Maybe they wouldn't see him once he got to the to the line, but it didn't work.
He only 5'9".
Yeah,
Scott.
I mean, he could go through legs and you never see him.
5'9", 145. They're going to spread him out, and actually he's going to go to the far side as it is Joey Craig that comes back in. We've got a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. It's no score with 8:17 left here in the 2nd. It's Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Hey, Brian, let's go 60 here, bud. 60. It was a good one. It was pretty good. Yeah, just run 60 here. Okay. Thanks for your help on this, Brian. Welcome back to Carterville Lions Sports. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. 4th down and 4 for the Benton Rangers. They had to call a timeout because they want to know what they want to do here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it, and looks like they've got 3 wideouts to the left, so expect a pass on this 4th and 4.
As Grant Gordon is the quarterback, the junior for the Benton Rangers, takes the snap, good pressure up the middle, has to step up in the pocket, then scampers out left side. He's going to keep it, and he's brought down short of the first down. Carterville is going to have the football.
Boy, if their quarterback makes a decision to run the ball about 2 seconds earlier, he gets the first down. He had turned upfield, but then he went straight to the far sideline. He didn't want to go past the line of scrimmage because he was going to try to make a play with his arm. Instead, he should have made a play with his legs, and I think they would have gotten a first down.
So Carterville is going to have the football in good field position. Field position from the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Lions from the 38. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, proud sponsor and supporter of your Carterville Lions sports. IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. So the Lions have it. 2 receivers spread to the left. Right below us, Keaton Petska takes the snap, and he's going to keep it off the left side. Nice job on the read option as he carries it out across the 45-yard line to about the 46. That was a good job.
Yeah, Petska just followed his blockers off left guard, and he picked up about 8 yards. And Carterville's offensive line, they kind of put the muscle to the Benton defensive line on that play.
As it was a gain of 8 by Petska. 2nd and 2 now from the 46, 7:35 remaining in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 2 in the backfield with Petska. He looks to throw, throws it across the middle. Man wide open. Oh, nice job defensively by the Benton Rangers. Joey Craig, he came in at the last second, slapped that ball to the turf. If not, that's a touchdown, Carterville.
It's a touchdown. If Petska would have waited another second or 2 to allow Kralis to get deeper, because the angle that the defensive back for Benton was coming at, he was not going to be able to catch him. If Petska would have just waited another second, we're talking a touchdown for Carterville.
Yeah, it would have been a 54-yarder. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Lions. The ball's at the 46-yard line. Man, that was a nice play and a nice job defensively as well. As Petska keeps it across the 50, the 45, out to the 40-yard line to the 37, where he's brought down. And Keaton Petska is starting, I think probably the nerves are starting to go away now, and you can see this offense is starting to roll.
Well, this is his first time as the starting quarterback of the Carterville Lions. You know, there's some nerves, there's some emotions going into the game. Once you get a couple of possessions under your belt, then you just realize, hey, this is football. This is what we've done all summer. And he's starting to have some success running the ball up the middle.
1st and 10 from the 37 for the Lions. Petska takes the snap. He's going to keep it, but there's a couple of defenders right there on top of him. It's going to bring up 2nd down now for Carterville.
And Benton is still bringing their linebackers on every play. They're not even staying back. They're not even worrying about the passing game. They're just shooting gaps. And if Carterville can get a player, whether it's Petska, Lazinski, whoever, if they can get by that initial surge, there's going to be a lot of open field to run in.
2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. As Lazinski's hit in the backfield and no gain at all, gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 37.
Yeah, last 2 running plays, very slow to develop. And when you've got a defensive line the size of Benton and they're active linebackers, anything that's slow to develop probably isn't going to work.
No, it's not. Coming up at halftime, we're going to have a chance to talk to Carterville Lions Booster Club President Mike Hake. He's going to join us. Here at halftime, oh my, Carterville Petska, he fumbles the ball. He was wrapped up in the backfield, and as he was spun, the ball comes out of his hand, and that is the first turnover on the Carterville Lions.
Petska got the ball, did the fake, was going to roll to his right, and there was a defensive player there to meet him. Immediately knocked the ball out of his hands. Petska goes to the turf, has no chance to get up and get the ball. Carterville fortunate that the defender for Benton who got the recovery didn't pick it up and run, or he would have taken it into the end zone.
So that's the first mistake made in the game by either team, as Petska, he was trying to evade that defender, just couldn't, and when he got spun down, the ball popped out of his hand, so it brings up 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line in Carterville territory. As Gordon looks to throw, drops back, dumps it off over his receiver's head. That was Jaron Picklessimmer, and hit falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down now for Benton.
Just a little overthrown down around the Carterville 30-yard line. One score to report in the first quarter. Heron leads Waterloo 3-0.
Wow. Heron's going to be a good ball team this year. We see them next week, week 2 on the road. We're going to have to leave really, really early to get over there.
I know it's going to take. I have to get off work.
5 miles.
Yeah, I have to get off work.
We got to stop at McDonald's on the way.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll come pick you up at your house.
That's right. Okay, that'll work.
5:50 on the clock. What a beautiful night in Southern Illinois for football. As it's the quarterback, Gordon, he keeps it on the left side, out across the 45, down near the 40, where he's finally brought down. 2nd down, and it's going to be about 6 for the Rangers.
Bybee on the tackle
3rd down and 6
for Carterville. Carterville's done a good job of really not letting any running plays to the outside get to the outside and then turn upfield for big yards.
They shouldn't, because that's some of their strength is out on those defensive ends and in the backfield. So they work to keep everything but contained, and they've done a decent job of that here. 5-10 in the second quarter, as it is Newcomb that goes into motion, and Gordon's going to keep it.
Oh, my!
Wow, what a hit!
And they're going to call a flag for helmet to helmet, and
there was nothing he could do.
I mean, he just obliterated the quarterback.
Who was that?
Yeah, I think they're going to call. It's going to be on Benton. I'm sorry. Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure. That was Mason Hunsberger that come in there and laid the boom on Gordon.
That might be the hit of the year. We're only in week 1. That was what you call a decleater.
Wow.
He just lost a few fillings.
Brian Bosworth.
Oh,
remember Brian
Bosworth? Yes, I do.
They asked him what his goal was on the pass rush. He says to make them blow snot bubbles. That may happen right there. That was a shot.
Man.
As it's 4th down. And Benton's forced to punt. Big defensive play by the Lions. The punt in the air hits at about the 10-yard line, gets the Lions bounce. It's going to be downed right there at the 40-yard line. We're going to take a break. We're going to pause 30 seconds. You're listening to Lions Football on News Radio WJPF.
Lions will take over. 1st down, Lions.
Wow, what a shot.
Hello. Good night.
Welcome back to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. As Carterville has the football, 1st and 10 from the 12. Lazinski has it, spins his way out of the backfield. Actually, that's Petska. He kept it. Nice run from the quarterback for the Carterville Lions. He gets it out near the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 8.
Well, Carterville needed that play on 1st down because you're deep in your own territory, and you want to give yourself some operating room.
2nd and 2 now for Carterville.
Middle of the second now. Waterloo leads Heron 7-3, just down the road.
4:08 left here in the second quarter. Carterville's Petska works from the shotgun. The senior hands it off to his running back, and man, how did he come sliding out of there? Was that Lazinski?
That was Lazinski. He made something out of nothing.
I should know who that is because of his shoes.
That's
Those
right.
are the brightest Carterville Lion orange shoes I think I've ever seen.
You know, if we could get the players to have their numbers that bright,
that would be awesome.
I'd almost pay for it. Almost.
That is our, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to get that sponsor. Our nightly complain about the numbers on the jerseys mention. That was enough for a first down for the Lions. It's 1st and 10 from the 23. As again, it's Lazinski hands it off, and he falls his way out to about the 24-yard line. It's going to actually be a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 for the Lions.
Yeah, 3:25 and counting here in the second quarter. Carterville could use a big play here, bust one up the middle, or maybe a long pass.
Are you surprised there's no score?
I'm a little surprised there's no score. Yeah, of course, we knew Carterville's offense was going to be a little bit of a question mark this year. I knew Benton's would be, but I thought there would be maybe one score by each team by now.
Lions have it, 2nd and 9 from the 24. Petska off the right side, cuts it up inside. Nice job, follows his blockers. He may get away from there, out across the 40, the 30, 50, down to the 40. Can he keep going? To the 20. It is Keaton Petska that scores the first Carterville Lions touchdown, but guess what?
Penalty flags at about the 30, and I think they're going to bring this back.
Wow!
Nope,
what a run.
I think the official is saying face mask on Benton. Now let's wait. Let's wait for the call. We have personal foul, face mask, Benton, so that score will stand.
76-yard touchdown run by Carterville's Petska. How about that? Puts them up 6-0. We need to talk about how many touchdowns. That's what did it.
Well, that and the fact I said, hey, Carterville could use a big play here, big running play, big passing play. The penalty happened at about the 30-yard line. Petska looked like he was going to go down, but he just kept his feet churning, kept his legs moving, and lo and behold, he's got Carterville's first touchdown of 2018.
And they lead it 6-0 as Colin Lazinski is in for the extra point. Now, when you come here to Carterville, you're going to notice at the 10-yard line, there's a little patch of grass.
Notice that.
They had to patch that. And actually, you see how it's about 1.5 inches taller than the regular turf? That's because that's what it would be like if it was brand new. As the kick is good by Lazinski. Wow, Carterville has taken the lead in the ball game, 7-0 with 2:42 left. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. .242 left here in the first quarter as Carterville just scored on a 76-yard touchdown run from their quarterback, Keaton Petska. And Carterville needed that in a bad way. 2:42 remaining here on a Friday night. On the penalty, Carterville kicks off from the Benton 45, and Lazinski bangs it out of the backside of the end zone. And so Benton is going to have it at their own 20 with 2:42 on this second quarter clock. Once again, we're going to talk to the president of the Carterville Booster Club, Mike Hake. He's going to join us, Scott, on the halftime. Last Friday night was the Meet the Lions event. Huge crowd. It was such a great night. you don't see a whole lot during a scrimmage. Coaches aren't going to give you a whole lot, but it was really a good night, and so we want to catch up with Mike Hake and talk about the Carterville Boosters.
Well, the summer's such a 3 months long. People are waiting, wanting high school football to start, and anytime you get a chance to see the team, you're going to come out.
So Gordon is the quarterback for the Rangers, rolls, dumps it to his running back out of the backfield. That is Andrew Dunn, the fullback, and he gets back to about the line of scrimmage. It was a huge crowd and a great fundraiser for the Boosters, and so we'll catch up with Mike Hake coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Well, that was a screen play set up to the left, and I believe it was Mason Hunsberger, who sniffed the play out and actually dropped the receiver at the line of scrimmage. So good play by the 6'3", 195-pound senior.
Benton sends 3 receivers to the right. There's one left as Grant Gordon is the quarterback. Hands it off to his running back. Again, that's Andrew Dunn out of the backfield. And a little bit of a gain, a couple of yards by the Rangers, but nice job by the defensive line for the Lions.
Little surprised that Carterville's not using one of their timeouts here because they could get the ball back in good field position. And remember, Lazinski's got a good leg.
He does.
So you might be able to get in field goal range, although I'm sure Coach Drust, after that long run by Petska to put them up 7-0, would be more than happy to go into the locker room up 7 here at half.
With 1:20 remaining in the first half. 2 receivers right, 2 left for Grant Gordon. He operates from the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking to throw, looks to throw, runs into a man, has to scamper out, has pressure on the backside, and he's brought down by the Carterville Lions, and that is Mason Hunsberger once again with the tackle for the Carterville Lions. Actually, Bailey Hicks.
Bailey Hicks.
It is Bailey Hicks.
Carterville's defense tonight, they've been very good at pursuit. When the play has gone to the outside, whether it's been the quarterback rolling out to left or right, or Benton trying to get the running game going to the outside, Carterville's pursuit has been very, very good and has not allowed any run at all to really turn upfield.
Let's go on and take another break. We'll pause 30 seconds. It's 7-0 Carterville here with your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF.
Football game scheduled for tomorrow has been moved here to Carterville.
All right, bud. Thank you. Hey, if you're watching online, thank you so much. Sorry about the problems earlier. I hit the wrong button, and that's all she wrote. But I got us going again, and we appreciate you tuning in. It's Dave McKenzie at Carterville High School with Scott Hudson on a Friday night. Friday Night Lights. How about that?
Enjoyed this Friday night weather-wise because next week we return to summer-like temperatures. But this is beautiful for August. I'll take this every day and twice on Sunday.
And I'm thankful we don't play tomorrow.
Yes.
As Benton's punter gets it away. Wow, what a good kick. Kicks it out across the 50-yard line. It's taken there by Nick Kralis, and he's brought down at about the 44-yard line. So Carterville is going to have a chance to score with 54 seconds left here in this first half.
A great open field tackle by the Benton player. That would have been Joey Craig. 6 foot, 165-pound senior. If he doesn't make that tackle, Kralis gets to the outside and is at least into Benton territory and maybe deep into Benton territory.
Because Nick Kralis is quick. He can get to the outside and do some damage. So Coach Dennis Drust has his offense around him, sends them out. I'm so glad Keaton Petska scored that touchdown to help him. That was such a nice run. He had to fight his way through the line of scrimmage, and then when he broke through, nothing but open green grass in front of him. 76-yard touchdown run by Keaton Petska as he's going to keep it in the backfield, and he's brought down, wrapped up right there at about the 43-yard line. Second down now for Carterville.
Yeah, it's called a confidence builder. Anytime you've got not that he's a young quarterback as far as age and you're in school, but he's a young quarterback because he hasn't had a lot of reps at the varsity level.
And you also have to remember, He got hurt last year.
Yes, he did.
He got hurt before Christian Rawlinson did. He broke his leg, and then when Christian Rawlinson went down, he would have been third string behind Harley Vaughn, so he didn't get a lot of reps at all. So Petska takes the snap, wanting to throw, got a flag, it comes flying in. It's probably going to be a hold, I would say, on the Carterville Lions, as there was good pressure on Petska.
Yeah, Petska saw the pressure coming, wanted to run up the middle, but just couldn't go anywhere, and I think they're going to get Carterville for a hold. We have not had a lot of penalties in this game.
Got a Benton Ranger on the turf as well. At about the 38. Can't see the number.
Oh, we got a face mask on Benton.
Wow, that's a first down. Should be.
Face mask on Benton.
That's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's twice in the last, 3 minutes. And the Benton player is down, so there'll be a timeout.
Why don't we take another break as well? We'll come back. Carterville leads it 7-0 with 8 seconds left here in the first half. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. Okay, that's what we'll do. Have you been able to send our score out? Yeah, I sent it through. Okay. Wow, that's their running back, that fullback. Butler. Back at Carterville High School, that injured player for the Benton Rangers. That's the running back, the fullback. They've been running him at fullback. The big guy, Tyler Butler, the 5'10", 225. They've got him listed as a defensive tackle. That's what he was playing when he got hurt. So Carterville has the football now. They've got it second down and 6 from the 48.
And that's going to let the clock run out.
And that's going to do it here as we head to the halftime. Carterville Lions lead it 7-0. Scott and I will have your halftime show coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School on a Friday night. It's Dave McKenzie, and Carterville leads it 7-0 at the half. And joining me here in our broadcast booth is Mike Hake, president of the Carterville Athletic Booster Club. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dave.
Nice to see you, and I appreciate the Booster Club purchasing the weather for tonight.
We do what we can.
And you really do a lot. And the reason I wanted to talk with you, Mike, was a week ago was the Meet the Lions night. And I got to say, that was hugely successful.
Yeah, it was great. We've been doing it for a number of years. The nice thing about it was we were able to recognize over 370 student athletes that are participating between the junior high and high school level, as well as our band and color guard participants. It's a great night to have the community come out, get to meet some of the kids that are putting in all the effort that they have throughout the summer, and just a great time for the community to get to come to the field and see the kids participate and play and meet the Lions.
Always good food, and this year we had entertainment. But I wanted to talk about, I know that people may want to become a booster. Tonight's the night to do that here at the game.
Absolutely. You know, we're always looking to gain more booster members, and they can come and visit us at our table downstairs by the concession stand if they're here at the game, or they can go to our Facebook page and check us out, Carterville Athletic Booster Club. We've got all the forms and everything on our Facebook page. Or you can go online, and this is the first year that we're taking membership applications online. CartervilleLions.8to18.com. Follow the instructions, and an easy way to do it. Just have to have your checking account handy.
For all things Carterville sports, that's the website to go to, il.8to18, and that's the number 8, to18.com/Carterville Lions. Talk about just some of the things that the boosters have done to prepare for the football season, so what that money goes to and how you help out the athletic program.
Sure. This year what we're trying to raise, a lot of the funds that we're going to raise this year to help put in a new floor at the field house. That flooring out there, I think, is still original to the building out there. So it's time for a change, and that's a lot of the funds that we'll raise will help to repurpose that building, that facility that gets used by the football team. We also, in the last couple of years, are able to help with the purchase of new uniforms. A lot of what we do goes to outfitting all of the teams, and we have a big impact at the junior high level, but we also help out the all sport levels in both boys and girls.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you because it was a cool event. It was neat to see the crowd that we had last week, and it seems like every year it gets a little bit bigger. Also, we want to announce coming up October 6th, starting at 12 noon, is going to be the Lions basketball golf scramble. It's going to be at Crab Orchard Country Club. $300 per team, $75 per person. Our sponsor fee is available. Lunch is provided. You can contact Matt Crane, Shane Hawkins for more information. But I just wanted to say thank you to you and the Booster Club. Let them know we said that, and we're just proud to be Lions. I know that.
Same here. We can't wait. It's going to be a great season. Good first half.
Mike Hake, president of the Carterville Lions Athletic Booster Club. Thank you for joining me. When we come back, Scott and I are going to break down the first half action here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. 60 here, Brian. Welcome back to Carterville High School on a Friday night. Is my mom here, Scott? Is my mom here at the game? I'll wait till you put your headphones on. I know you were busy working.
I was busy with some of that dessert we had back there.
That's exactly where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Because my mom used to make this cake, and I just grabbed a handful of it, which I'm sure they appreciate that behind us.
Yeah.
But I like a chocolate sheet cake with the thick icing.
Man, that's... My mom made that for years, still does.
That fudge light.
It's just...
I'm telling you.
We
need milk.
We need milk.
Big glass of milk.
Big glass of milk. Who can we get to do that? Where's Fester at when you need him?
Yeah. Brett Dial, we need him. Carterville leads at 7-0 here at the half. And I got to tell you what, both teams kind of struggled early. In the first quarter, there was no score. Benton had the football. 3 possessions in that first quarter. Carterville had it twice. It was just punt, change of possession, punt, punt, punt. And then Benton on the longest drive of the game, an 11-play drive that carried over into the second quarter. Carterville forced a big punt on that drive, shut down that drive, and then it was Keaton Petska that finally came through on Carterville's third possession of the second quarter. Big run. Got bottled up at the line of scrimmage, was able to find a gap, broke free, 76-yard touchdown run for the quarterback for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, a big play because nobody else had a big play in that first half. Carterville had the field position advantage early in the game, started both their first two drives in Benton territory, but couldn't do anything with it. Benton kind of got their offense going a little bit with the running game between the tackles, but Carterville's defense really stiffened, stopped Benton. As I said before, Carterville's done a really good job when Benton has tried to go to the outside, whether it be with their quarterback or the running backs, not allowing them to turn up field to get into big yards. Carterville's defense, stellar in the first half. Carterville's offense started to get a little bit better as the first half went along. And let's remember, Carterville will get the ball to start the third quarter.
But here's what killed the Benton Rangers in the first half. Penalties.
Yes, a couple of face mask penalties. Of course, they had the one on Petska's touchdown run. And I thought at first when I saw it, I thought, oh, no, that's going to be a hold.
Yeah,
but it was a face mask. But Benton's a very big offensive line, very big defensive line. And Carterville's done, I thought, overall, a very good job of not letting those two units dominate the line of scrimmage. There were times where Benton did, but they didn't do it for more than maybe 1-2 plays here and there.
But you also have to realize, too, one of their big defensive linemen got injured there toward the end of that first half. The 5'10", 225 defensive tackle, Tyler Butler, either an ankle or a knee as they were taking him off. He was having a heck of a game for them on that line. And the Carterville, you have to think right now at the half, Dennis Drust is very happy.
Oh, he has to be. Coming into this game, again, as I said in the pregame, this is probably the most turnover this Carterville team's had in many years. Talking about all the starters that graduated, having to put new players maybe in new positions, playing both sides of the ball when maybe you didn't have to last year. So if you can come out of the first half at home winning, you got to be very happy, because I think you got to be happy with your defense, and hopefully this Carterville offense will get clicking here in the second half.
Well, something that you've heard in the news of late, and we were really kind of shocked by this about 3 weeks ago when the press conference was released by Lynn Navarro over at Murfreesboro, that they couldn't field a freshman team. Then we start hearing about the other programs that can't. This Carterville Lions team, it's made up of 17 seniors, 7 juniors, and 17 sophomores. We're going to see this with programs throughout Southern Illinois over the next 3-4 years, and it's trending downward, the number of participants in high school football.
And I think there are a lot of factors that go into that. I think one is the fear of concussions. Parents see what's going on in college, and especially pro football, the concussions, maybe steer their kids to a different sport. I think also, let's face it, we live in the state of Illinois, and there's not a lot of reasons for people to stay here with the economy the way it is in Illinois, and the way the budget is and everything, as far as that goes. So you see some people moving out of the state, and then also you have small class sizes from year to year. You just don't have as many kids in one certain class as you do others. There's a lot of factors going into it. And I also think at the lower levels, the junior high levels, I've been a big proponent of, I have no problem with 7th and 8th grade tackle programs. I think those programs get you ready for high school football. And your
I don't
bodies,
like the younger programs in that.
No, the body, when you're 7th, 8th grade, your bodies have grown enough, matured enough, that you know whether you're going to be able to handle football or not. I know of programs that start kids out at tackle 3rd grade. To me, that is totally ridiculous. And I think if high school coaches feel that there is a problem on the horizon with not having enough kids play football, that's where you have to start. You can't wait till the kids get to high school and try to rectify the problem. You got to do it when they're at the lower levels, and encourage kids to come out and play football, but give them a reason to come out and play football and have success. And then when they get to 7th, 8th grade, maybe 6th, then you introduce them to tackle football, and by then I think you won't have this problem.
Carterville leads it 7-0 after the 76-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, the senior Keaton Petska. We're going to go on and take our final break of the half. When we come back, we'll set up the second half action. All coming up right here on News Radio WJPF. Should be good now, right, Brian? Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, Carterville High School on the opening night of high school football in Southern Illinois. The last score I saw, no score between Carbondale and Murfreesboro. No score. I just got one. Let me get back to where I was. Centralia game. Centralia Salem, no score in the one there as well. What's the latest on Heron?
Halftime at Heron, Waterloo leads Heron 7-3. So a lot of obviously low-scoring games in Week 1 in Southern Illinois. Of course, tomorrow morning on Sports Voice right here on News Radio WJPF 1340 and 103.5 ESPN, we'll have Sports Voice. We'll give you all rundown all the scores. Mike Murphy and I will be there from 8:02 to 10 o'clock. Dave McKenzie will come in and join us at 9 o'clock, and we'll talk a lot about the high school scores from tonight. We'll talk to Coach Barry Henson of SIU with their non-conference schedule just came out, and they're going to Kentucky.
How about that?
Man, play the Wildcats, who some say have one of the best chances of winning it all this year. So to say they've upped the ante a little bit or upped their schedule would be an understatement. So
I guess we're going to go to Lexington, right? Is that what that means?
I tell you what. We've got a card that will gas the 103.5 ESPN van. We'll get in it. We'll be like those football teams back in the day that used to move out of their cities in the old vans. We'll just sneak in there, get it about 3 or 4 in the morning. We'll just take off.
We'll go tailgate down there.
There you go.
And do that. Hey, next Friday night, Carterville will hit the road as we travel to cross-county rival, the Heron Tigers. We'll have the pregame starting at 6:45. Coach Jason Carnes, after an eventful summer for Coach, just thankful that he's able to be back out on that sideline tonight. Just, 3 months from having bypass surgery. What a miracle that is for Coach Jason Carnes, and we get to go over there and see firsthand how he is.
Yeah, triple bypass. Very fortunate that things worked out for him. We hope that his health is well. I've seen him out walking at times, so I know he's trying to get in better shape, and so everything's working out for him. Heron, not unlike Carterville, they lost a lot of kids off last year's team. They bring back their quarterback Chance Carnes, who's Jason's son. They bring back Tate Johnson, one of their better ball players, but they don't have the big, powerful running game. They don't have the big offensive line like they had last year, so they're trying something different. They're opening up their offense. They're playing a spread offense this year. They're losing at halftime at home 7-3 to Waterloo. So it's just teams really don't know who they are until about week 2 or week 3. You get a pretty good idea of what your season is going to be like.
I said that in my blog last week that we'll know what Carterville is after week 2. And that, kind of ease your way into week 1. Coaches, the nerves, you got underclassmen that have moved up that are starting to play, but that week 2 after that game, you should have a good idea of what your team is, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And I can't wait for week 2 coming up next Friday night. Don't forget, immediately after the game tonight, during our postgame show, we're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game on our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show, actually. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. And make sure you tune in and join us for that coming up immediately after this game. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. You can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center, 200 West Plaza Drive in Carterville. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Carbondale leads Murfreesboro 14-0 at the half. The 101st meeting between those two teams.
Now, Carbondale, a team that's, had their problems on the football side of the ledger, definitely not basketball. But Coach Lee came from Chester and knew it was going to take him a while to turn that program around.
Season 4 for him, correct?
Yep, season 4. He was very good at Chester. I think Carbondale is a lot like Marion in this regard. When Kerry Martin went to Marion, he had to convince the better athletes at Marion to come out for football. Because when he went to Marion, their program was not that good at the time. He started to convince the better athletes to play football. I think Coach Lee's in the same boat. Big city. You know how good their basketball programs are. You got to convince some of those kids to come out and play football. And if Coach Lee can do that, I think Carbondale could be a pretty good football program.
I hope so. I'd like to see them get back, and wouldn't that be cool if they were to?
You want to see good softball. You want to see good football in Southern Illinois, because as the years have gone along, I don't know about you, but I've seen a decline in the number of what I would call really good teams. There seems to be, you can call it parity, but I'd call it they're just teams that aren't as good from year to year as they used to be. And I think in River, those are the two teams that Carterville will be chasing as the season goes along.
September 21st is that game in at Jonesboro here at Carterville. Also, let's talk about DuQuoin quickly as we're about ready for second half kickoff. DuQuoin's going to be strong as well.
Oh, again, you've got A.J. Hill up there, former quarterback at DuQuoin, like his brother Nick Hill was. A.J.'s done an outstanding job at a young age with that program. They get kids to come out year after year after year. DuQuoin's not a place where a lot of people go to find work, so there's not a lot of people moving in there. But the ones that are there, their kids go out for football, and he's done an outstanding job.
And they have huge numbers in their football program.
They do. And DuQuoin does not have a junior high football program at all, tackle or even flag. So, it works for some communities, talking about the junior high program, and it doesn't really matter to others. DuQuoin and Harrisburg, two programs that really don't even have junior high programs.
We are getting set for the second half kickoff. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Carterville is going to have the football to start play here in the second half. We appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF, and if you're watching online on our YouTube channel, go to Carterville Lions versus Benton Rangers. You can watch and listen to the game as the kick is taken at about the 23-yard line, and it's a nice return by the return man for the Lions. Didn't catch the number, but he's forced out of bounds, and Carterville's going to have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, about the 36, 37-yard line of Carterville. So we'll see what this line. Of course, I've always felt this way, Dave, that halftime changes that are made are more important than game time preparation for a team. You have 15 minutes to go in and make adjustments, make changes as a coach on what you've seen from your team and the other team, obviously, in the first half. I think that we'll see what changes, what adjustments Coach Druss has made to this offense.
I was talking to Coach Helfrichs before the game, and he's up in the booth, up above. And he said, I was on the field for years and years and years. I love being in the booth because I can see stuff now. As Carterville gives it to Lazinski, he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He said, I never thought I would like being up top. But he said, I have to tell you, it is a great move for me because now I can go down in that locker room at half and I can tell these guys exactly what I'm seeing. And we know Coach D is one of the best at making those halftime adjustments.
Yeah, you can look down on a play from upstairs. When you're on the sideline, if the play's on the far sideline, it's really tough to tell what actually happened or who may have missed a block or whatever. So, yeah, when you're upstairs, you can see a lot better.
2nd and 9 from the 38 as Petska, he hands it off to his running back. The snap was a little floater, and Petska was trying to make the read, catch the ball all at the same time. And Benton did a good job putting the defenders in the backfield.
Yeah, Petska, that's probably a play where he should have just kept the ball and ran forward, because Lazinski was going to his right. And as you said, a very slow snap back to Petska. Defensive line of Benton just came right through and dropped it's 2 straight plays with minus yards by the Lions.
So 3rd down and 14 from the 33-yard line. 7-0, Carterville leads it. They scored on a 76-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Keaton Petska, the 6'2", 195-pound senior. He works from the shotgun right now. He gives it to his running back. That's Lazinski. Wow, wide open. Across the 50, the 45, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. That is going to be a touchdown run. A 67-yard touchdown run by Colin Lazinski.
Well, it was like the parting of the Red Sea up the middle for Lazinski. Once he got to the 45, it was a foot race, and he was not going to be caught. I think Benton expected the pass. They played pass. And Carterville with another big running play to get back on the board here early in the second half.
A 67-yard touchdown run by Colin Lazinski. The 6', 190-pound running back. He also does the kicking for the Lions. The ball's being held by Carson Pearson. The snap is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-0. Carterville Lions with 10:13 left here in the third quarter. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. Back at Carterville High School, Colin Lazinski, a 67-yard touchdown run, putting Carterville up by 2 touchdowns, 14-0 with 10:13 left in the third quarter. Lazinski preparing to do the kicking. His orange shoes are in motion, and he's got a good strong leg. Kicks it out of the back of the end zone, and the Benton Rangers are going to start once again from their 20. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. Call 985-2502 or go online. Visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com.
It's ironic that we talked before the game, even during the first half, how Carterville really doesn't have those big game breakers this year as far as speed. And here they've had 2 runs of over 60 yards to give them their 2 touchdowns.
I know it.
What do we know?
Nothing, absolutely.
And we get paid for it. That's a great thing.
It is. America is beautiful. 10-12 on the clock here in the third quarter. As the quarterback, Grant Gordon, takes the snap. He wants to throw. They're going to try and air it out, I think, to get back in this. Man, he got popped just as he was getting ready to throw. And that was Bailey Hicks, I believe, that come flying in that hit Gordon. The pass falls incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to put the other team in a position where they have to change their game plan to something they don't want to do a lot of. Benton, I don't think, came into this game wanting to have to throw the football a lot. And I know it's only still 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, but I don't think that Benton's going to be able to stay with that running game as much as they did in the first half, because they never, I say this, knock on wood, they never had any big runs. I know.
That's just good defense. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Carterville's done a nice job shutting down their running game as the short pass is caught at the 20-yard line. That's not going to be any gain at all. So now it's 3rd down and 10 for the Rangers from the 20-yard line. And Carterville's played a good defensive game. And, you know, it always seems like the defense is a little bit ahead of the offense week 1.
Yeah, always, especially when you have
It's easier to react than it is to have to play offense, I guess.
new Benton coaching staff putting in their system. It takes a while for the kids to get used to the system, know the scheme that they're supposed to run. Even though Carterville runs basically the same thing they've always run, the option, you've got new people in new places, and it's going to take a while.
Thank God we're not chasing Hamilton Page around like we did for
heck
3 years.
no.
9:20 on the clock. Rangers have it as Gordon looks to throw, feels pressure in the backfield, gets outside, wants to throw it deep down the field. Man wide open, caught him. Nice pass. One man to bring down the receiver as he's at the 20. Nice job. The ball is loose. The ball is loose, and the Carterville Lions have the football. That was about a 70-yard touchdown pass, and the defender stripped him from behind at the 25-yard line. Carterville falls on it. What a huge turnover.
And I think that was Matthew Jones that stripped the ball from the wide receiver. He got behind Jones, but Jones' speed caught up to him, and he pulled the ball loose as he's bringing him down. What a big play by the defense to get the ball back.
Wow, that's about a 65-yard pass. It was a beautiful pass on the sideline, completed well. But like you said, Jones was the only defender there, and he got beat by the receiver, but he recovered well, stripped the ball, and Carterville gets it back.
What a play by the defense. Come up big when they needed to.
1st down and 10 from the 17 for the Lions as Petska keeps it. He tries to find his way out near the 20-yard line, and he does get out to about the 20, bringing up 2nd down. What a great play by Mr. Jones for the Lions.
Well, Benton's quarterback, many times tonight he's had to roll out to his right or left. That time his right. And it's very hard in high school football for defensive backs to stay with their receivers that long a period of time. And that may have been one of the reasons why the defender got behind Jones, but he caught him, stripped the ball, and Carterville gets the ball right back.
Never quit.
No, never quit. Never gave up.
That was the most impressive thing. Carterville has 3 receivers spread to the right, 1 to the left. Petska operates from the shotgun. Lazinski in the backfield. He has the ball as he's spun down at the 20. Little to no gain now. 2nd down. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. From the 19.
Cesar Verlier leads, I think they're playing Carmi tonight, 8-0 with 6:04 left in the 3rd quarter. Remember, I think it's Woodlawn that pulled out of that co-op. So it's Cesar Verlier Waltonville now. Woodlawn pulled out.
Yep, exactly. Did they drop football then totally, I guess, or did they go out on their own?
Well, there is no football program in Woodlawn, so
Okay.
they just have basketball, baseball, softball, I believe.
And they're good at that.
Yes, they are.
3rd and 7 for the Lions. Nice job defensively by the Benton Rangers. As that was Blake Niesel that got in to the backfield. Dropped Lazinski for a loss, bringing up 4th down now for Carterville.
Yeah, running the option, the quarterback has to make a decision, and usually very quickly, do I keep the ball or do I give it to the back? And there's been a couple times tonight, I'm sure, when Petska looks at the game film tonight or tomorrow, he's gonna say, you know what, I probably should have just kept that ball because they were in on Lazinski very, very quick.
So it's 4th down, and Lazinski and his orange shoes are going to have to punt the ball. He's got such a good leg. He's done a fantastic job on the kickoffs, on the punts, as he kicked from the goal line, and it goes out of bounds at the 35, but there's a flag laying back at the 13.
Ball goes out of bounds at 35.
Let's see what the call is. If it's on Carterville.
Too many men.
1,
he's
2,
going to
3,
pick it
4,
up.
5, 6,
I guess
7,
he's going
8,
to.
9. There's 11 out there.
Yep, and the
He's gonna
official
pick it up.
waved that he was going to pick it up, so no penalty. So Lazinski.
Middle of the 3rd, Heron now leads Waterloo 9-7.
Wow. See if we've got an update on any of other games. Nothing new on my end. Don't forget, Marion plays tomorrow. You can hear that game on Magic 95.1.
Also, I believe CZR plays down at Vienna Goreville tomorrow afternoon.
Benton has the football. 6:48 left here in the third. It's 1st and 10. The ball sets at the 35-yard line. For those watching online, I apologize on my delayed camera work. We'll get it there eventually. 6:48. As it's Gordon. He gives it to his running back. That is Craig. Bangs his way out across the 35. Down to about the 38-yard line. 2nd down now for the Rangers.
But as long as Carterville's defense can do a good job against Benton's running game, Benton's going to have to open it up eventually.
That's when those defensive backs can go to work.
Yeah, Carterville's defensive backs, very good. They're always close to the receiver.
And ball hawks.
Yep.
They fly to it. 2nd and 6 from the 39. Gordon once again gives it to his fullback, Craig. Gain of about 1, maybe 2, bringing up a 3rd and long for the Rangers.
And, of course, when you run the ball, it also keeps the clock moving, which the clock is a friend of Carterville with a 14-0 lead.
41-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 4. Man, I still can't get over that play by Jones. What a huge defensive play that was moments ago to keep the score 14-0.
And I didn't catch the number of who actually recovered
the
fumble, but here's the other part of that. Give them credit for actually running to the play and not giving up on it themselves.
Exactly. We have a whistle. I think that's going to be a timeout called by the Benton Rangers. We're going to take one as well. 14-0 with 5:20 left here in the third. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 660, please. Back at Carterville High School, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, 14-0. Carterville with the lead, 5:20. Here in the third quarter remaining, the Rangers have the football at the 41, 3rd and 4. Gordon looks to throw, dumps it out to the right side. That is Craig, and he is brought down short of the first down. Nice coverage there by the Carterville Lions as Colin Lazinski got out and made the tackle.
I'll tell you what, Colin Lazinski looked like he had been shot out of a cannon from his linebacker
It's the
spot.
shoes, dude.
I'm going to buy me some of those shoes. I won't look good in them, but I might be faster. I mean, he closed so quickly on that pass play that it had no chance of going anywhere.
It's all about the shoes, Scott Hudson. Bright orange.
Man.
That was quick. A nice open field tackle there as Craig, once he gets out in the open field, he's tough. And, man, he didn't have a chance there.
Nowhere to go.
4th and 3. The Rangers are forced to punt now. As the snap is over the kicker's head, DeVore is the punter. He has to go back and get it. He's got pressure. He's got more pressure behind it. He's brought down from behind, and the Lions are going to have the football inside the Benton Ranger 15-yard line.
Well, Dave, look how many Lions were down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lions chasing after the punter, after the ball was snapped way over his head. And the Carterville was just relentless on going after him.
Scott, they work on that in practice, on swarming after the ball. And it has paid off at least 2 times and maybe 3 or 4 in this game.
Well, 2 Benton mistakes in this third quarter. One probably prevented them from possibly scoring. The other, this bad snap, may give up 7 points. So that's a 14-point turnaround right there.
Carterville, great possession right now. 4:25. They have it at the 12. It's the give to Lazinski off the left side. Bangs his way down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Lions.
And they can get a first down at about the 2. And more importantly, the clock continues to run.
2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line for Carterville. As they look toward Dennis Trust and his coaching staff, they've got the play now. Under 3:45 to go here in the 3rd. Petska gives it to Lazinski. Tries to get off the left side. He's met there by 1, 2, 3, 4 Benton Rangers. Gain of about 1, maybe 2 for the Lions.
Now, Lazinski's definitely been the workhorse here in the 3rd quarter. Petska, not that many runs in the 3rd quarter. And what will be interesting to see is if Carterville is not able to get a first down, do they bring in Lazinski to kick a field goal? Or attempt a field goal?
3rd and 4 now from the 6-yard line. They need a touchdown here, though. You'd be disappointed if they don't score when you have it at the 12. As Petska pitches it to Lazinski, he cuts it back up inside and is brought down at about the 6-yard line. So it is 4th down. Now for the Lions, if you're Dennis Trust, what do you do?
Up 14-0, I think I probably kick the field goal because it's a 3-score game then, and Benton has not really shown a lot tonight offensively as far as being able to, come up with a big play other than the one big pass play. So I would consider it, but it looks like Coach Truss is probably going to let the clock run down and then take a timeout and talk about it.
20 seconds on that play clock. And he's just letting it roll.
Yep.
I agree with you. The field goal is probably the smart move here. As there's under 10 seconds left on the play clock. It's nice that we got play clocks down here in the corner.
Yeah.
I forgot that they were there. First time it's really come into play here in this game as we have a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. Can Carterville, are they going to go for it or are they going to kick the field goal? They lead it 14-0 with 2:08 left in the 3rd. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 60, please. Carterville has decided they're going to kick the field goal here. With 2:08 left, Colin Lazinski does the field goal kicking. He and his shoes. 2:08 on the clock. Snap is down. Oh, he pulled it.
Oh, man.
He pulled it. Can't do that. Can't do that. So with 2:03 left here in the 3rd quarter, Carterville leads it 14-0. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where you can stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. You can check balances, pay your bills, make transfers, learn more. Do that at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll have our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show coming up immediately after. You have to convert on those opportunities, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the Lions weren't able to get a first down from about the 2 and then go from there. But it was a good snap, good hold, or at least it appeared to be a good hold, and I think Lazinski just pulled it to the left.
1st and 10 now from the 20 for the Benton Rangers. They're working from our right to left. In the road whites, Carterville in the home blue jerseys. As Gordon takes the snap at the shotgun. You know they're going to start throwing now. He throws it deep down the left side. That should be picked off. It hits the... Are they going to say it was a pick?
Well, they're going to throw a flag. I don't know what the flag's for because Dylan Moore was in front of the receiver.
It's got to be offensive. That's what I thought.
I would think. But the way that Coach Wakey is acting, it's like they're going to call it on Dylan Moore for a push-off. Okay. Dylan was in front of the receiver.
Chest bump from his buddies out there. The officials are still trying to sort this out.
I don't know.
It was the back judge that threw the flag. Salem leads Centralia 7-0 at the half.
Well, Salem's football program is
going to be against the Benton Rangers.
Yeah, I guess they're going to call.
And Dylan Moore gets the interception.
I didn't think he caught the ball. Dylan Moore comes up with a pick.
Yep.
I didn't think he caught it.
Call against the Rangers has been declined. Carterville will take over as a result of the interception.
And Benton's coach is almost to the hash marks on the field. He wants an explanation.
That's what he says. Talk to me about this one.
I did not think Moore caught the ball.
I thought it hit the turf at the same time. It's the old, I hate that NFL rule where the point of the ball hit the ground.
Right. And I think maybe that might be what Benton's coach is unhappy about. But either way, Carterville's defense comes up with their second turnover.
How about that? So, and they have good field possession as Petska keeps it across the 45. He scampers out near the 40, and then he's driven back a couple of yards. You can see his speed really starting to come to him now with 1:44 left. It's going to break second down and long for the Lions.
Yeah, Petska looked like he had some room to run to the far side. He got to the hash mark and then started to run towards the sidelines in the pursuit of Benton, brought him down before he could turn it back upfield.
2nd and 7 from the 44. As the Carterville offense looks toward the sideline, Coach Dennis Drust with his headset on just below us, signals it in. Spider, banana, whatever the play is. Well, they don't use that, though, I know.
How about the old Statue of Liberty play?
Petska gives it to Lazinski. He fights his way, and he broke free of Green, breaks it out to about the 35-yard line. First down run for the Carterville Lions.
Well, unless my eyes are deceiving me, once Lazinski got stopped, one of his offensive linemen literally grabbed him and threw him forward. That's what you call a nice assist.
That is a buddy helping out a friend right there. 1st and 10 from the 35. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Carterville leads it 14-0. And threatening here. But Coach D has 4 seconds left on the play clock. Carterville jumped.
Yep, wide receiver on the far side took off.
That is Huntsberger. Actually, a couple of people took off.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring him back. 33 seconds left. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Lions sports. September 14th, it's the Carterville Fire Department Golf Scramble. The 4-man teams are needed. October 31st is the Pumpkin Path. Thank you to the mayor and the City of Carterville supporting Carterville Lions sports. Don't forget that basketball golf scramble is coming up October 6th at noon. I played in that last year, had a great time. Talk to Shane Hawkins or Matt Crane for more information.
Speaking of Coach Hawkins, I don't see him here tonight.
I don't know. Petska's going to keep it across the 40, the 35. Somebody's got a hold of his leg, get down, and the clock is going to run out. And
Brought down by Andrew Dunn.
Andrew Dunn with the tackle. So we've reached the end of the third quarter. It is Carterville leading at 14-0. Fourth quarter action is next here on News Radio WJPF. 60, please. Got it. I've given Charlie's 2 already. Yeah, I owe them 1 and IBEW. Thanks for watching online. You and your big screen TVs watching it there. Carl. Welcome back to Carterville High School. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. As we head to the fourth quarter, Carterville leads at 14-0. Carterville has it now as they are at the second down and 10 from the 35. Carterville is going to play Benton tomorrow, the sophomore game. It was originally scheduled to be at Benton, but because of the rain, they moved it here tomorrow. Don't forget about that. And I've got a schedule of Carterville events somewhere around here this week. We'll get to that in just a little bit, as that is Lazinski with the carry out across the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line, bringing up third down and short for the Lions.
Benton's defense has been on the field a lot in this third quarter.
They're tired.
It seems like they're starting to gasp for air out there. And this is where Carterville's offensive line has to take control. Just keep pounding the ball, hopefully get another touchdown and all but seal the win.
Third down and 3 from the 28 for the Lions.
And you'll see the Lions run as much time off that play clock as possible.
5 seconds on the play clock right now. Petska takes the snap with 1. Hands it off to Lazinski, spins his way down to about the 26-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short of a first down.
Definitely going to go for it here.
4th and 1 from the 26.
Third quarter score here, and now leads Waterloo 16-7.
As the ref calls timeout.
Maybe equipment problem.
It's got to be.
No, they're going to. I think the play clock. I don't know. They're asking to turn the play clock off, which I don't understand. I think they wanted to start it again, which they did. Now they're calling timeout.
Yeah. Now they're resetting it.
Yeah, the play clock should have.
The play clock is rolling. The play clock is.
Oh, the game clock is
the game
running.
clock, yeah.
Don't look at. They're wanting the play clock off. I don't know why. If you turn the play clock off, then obviously quarterbacks don't know how much. Well, they will, because the back judge will start the count with 5 seconds. I don't know. I would think that they would be able to restart it after this play.
Exactly.
But I don't know. They did move the game clock back to 10:30 because I think that clock kept running.
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
All right. Let's see if we've got this line out. Dennis Struss is going to go over and.
I think everybody's a little confused.
Oh, they're waiting on the play clocks to be shut off. The one to our right on the north side is off now.
Oh, that's why. Okay, if one malfunctions, then you have to have both of them turned off.
Exactly.
I get it. I understand now.
That makes sense. All right, here we go. 4th and 1 for the Lions. Lazinski, he's across the 15 down inside the 10. First down for the Carterville Lions.
Now, Lazinski has been the workhorse in this second half for Carterville. Petska, the main running game for Carterville the first half. And that Benton defense, you can just start to tell they're getting worn down. They have been on the field a lot in this third quarter. And Carterville's offensive line starting to take control.
This will be the 8th play for the Carterville Lions on this drive. And, yeah, you can really see the defense. They're just back on their heels. Carterville's blowing them off the ball right now. Petska takes the snap, but we've got a whistle.
We have a flag on the play.
And a flag on the play.
Illegal procedure by Carterville.
Illegal procedure.
How many?
Is that 2? Is that 2 penalties? Maybe the first.
It's no more than 2.
First and goal from the 15.
That's going to be a talking point for Carterville. Dennis stressed.
And there are, usually in week 1, especially when you have new personnel, new positions, you're going to have offside, illegal procedure calls. Carterville's done a very good job of not hurting themselves with penalties.
1st and 15 from the 15 for the Lions. Petska's going to keep it. Tries to get to the outside. Dodges one man. Gets to the 10. Inside the 10. Down near the 5. I think they'll roll him out at about the 6-yard line.
We got flags everywhere.
Wow.
I think they're going to get Carterville for a hold.
Yep.
And let's see.
It is a hold on the Lions. So it'll bring up 1st down and 20.
Petska is a tall quarterback, not what I would call super fast, but he's elusive. He doesn't seem to take a direct hit when he does get tackled. He's always, he's moving, he's going side to side, and he seems to be a very hard target to bring down.
1st and 26 from the 26. .9:30 on the clock. Petska takes the snap, rolls to his right. He wants to throw. Throws it off the right side. Man wide open. Just a little bit high. Should have been caught. Falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down now and 26 from the 26.
Now, usually they say if it hits the receiver in the hands, he's got to catch the ball. It was catchable. I mean, the receiver should have caught the ball. Yes, it could have been thrown maybe a little lower around the chest.
We've had a power outage here.
Welcome to the week 1 of Southern Illinois football.
Let me double check. Brian, our power, we still on the air with you? We are going to assume that we are on the air. Give me a feed in my ear, Brian. Are we good? Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, the power just went out. Complete darkness for about 3-4 seconds.
This is, I don't know that I've ever experienced this.
Yeah.
I've done this for 23 years now.
We must be on a generator here, unless it just was a blip. Brian, once again, if you can send me a text, let me know. Welcome to technology. Okay, Carl says he can see and hear us on the live stream. You can see how dark it is. The Benton Rangers have their cameras out on the far side. We have power in the press box, so I'm assuming it's a matter of just resetting the lights.
This is a first for me. It's crazy. I mean, you look out across the field, all you see are cell phone lights. It's almost like you're at a concert. On the Carterville sideline, they've got one light on the sideline that I see. And this is
Turn on
this is crazy.
The Wi-Fi. push the button, that top button. We're powering up again. We're good. Okay. 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 All right. All right. We should be powering up here in just a second.
We are restoring power to the light. However, they will need to cool before they come back on. The cooling process typically takes about 10 minutes. So be patient, be calm. Power is being restored. We will need about 10 minutes. I will ask any other updates along to you.
If you're online, they just announced that they're going to have to reset the lights and they have to cool down before they can turn them back on. Those are expensive bulbs up there. And Scott Hudson, I don't want to have to send you up there to replace bulbs.
I don't like
That's
lights.
part of your job of this duty. I don't know that I've ever said that to you.
I guess I need to read the fine print of my contract next time I sign one with River Radio.
Yeah.
But they said it would take about 10 minutes before they could start the lights back up as they have to cool down. So hopefully everybody can stay safe. And I think I've just about seen everything.
How about that?
I did do a basketball game at Goreville, probably about 7, 8 years ago, that got rained out. The roof started to leak after a long day of heavy rain, and so they canceled that game, postponed it because of rain. And I'd never done a basketball game that had been postponed by rain, so that was a first. Now this is a first.
Yeah, that's a first for me. We've had it happen in basketball, like you said. But
yeah, this is
the Carterville cheerleaders just below us doing their cheering. So we've got to reset our Wi-Fi, and if you're watching, we're just on the live stream right now as we lost our Wi-Fi, which is how we broadcast back to the station. So we're working on it, Brian, if you're watching. 9:27 on the clock. The scoreboard is lit up. Let's see here. Trying to get some other scores at the half. The last we had Salem over Centralia. Carbondale led Murphy at the half 14-0. We've not seen any new updates on that.
No, looking for some updates myself, not getting anything new. Heron led Waterloo in the third 16-7. And I do not have any other scores at this moment.
Here we go. All right. Hopefully we're back on News Radio WJPF. At this time, we had to reset our Wi-Fi, and that's the modern technology. But it knocked the power off, and so hopefully that gets us back on the air. Brian Arpal back at the studio. He is our producer engineer, sending me texts, and hopefully we are good now. 9:27 on the clock. Carterville has the ball at the 26-yard line. Second down and 26.
Yeah, after the penalty, which Carterville would have had the ball at or near the 10-yard line after the run by, I think it was Lazinski, or Peska, excuse me. But the holding call brought the ball back, and then that's when the lights just went. It was almost like it was surreal. It's like, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it wasn't Wasn't exactly sure what to think there.
Well, I knew you have magical powers, but I didn't know you had that kind of power.
So let's see here. We should be getting back.
Just got a message sent to us that we are still online. So that's up and running. So
Carbondale leads Murphy 14-6. That's at the end of 3, heading to the fourth quarter. We're having some technical difficulties on our radio side. We should be good, at least on our end on this. That's more for Mr. Powell back at the studio, if he can hear us. Coming up this week in Carterville Lions sports, volleyball is going to play in a big Southern Illinois River-to-River Conference tournament tomorrow all day at Carterville High School. I invite you to get out and check that. Cross country is on the road tomorrow to Metro East Lutheran, and soccer will be participating in the Carbondale Greg Klein tournament. That is in Carbondale. On, let's see here, Monday, sophomore boys football, Benton High School. Tomorrow's the freshman game. So Monday is the sophomore game at Benton. Don't forget, tomorrow's game is here at Carterville High School for the freshmen. Then on Wednesday, the golf team gets busy at Massac County. The boys' golf is at Benton. Soccer takes on Marion at home. And a volleyball plays Heron at Heron. Then on, let's see here, Wednesday, golf at Marion. Golf at Murfreesboro. Cross country is on the road at Murfreesboro. And then on Thursday, boys golf at Harrisburg, girls golf at Harrisburg, soccer is at Anna Jonesboro. Next Friday night, Scott, you and I head to Heron.
Yep, the Harrison Bruce Sports Complex, Heron. Carterville match up in week 2. Should be an interesting matchup. Heron, as of last check, they were beating Waterloo 16-7 in the third. So it looks like they're headed to a 1-0 start. And then the week after that, we will come back here to take on Murfreesboro before the Lions head to DuQuoin and then come home for AJ. So you look at least, after tonight, 3 of the next 4 games are going to be real doozies for the Lions. And Murfreesboro may be a very good game too, even though Murfreesboro is losing to Carbondale tonight. But the Heron game, then you have to go to DuQuoin, and you have to come home after in week 5 and take on AJ. That's going to be tough. So it's going to be interesting these next few weeks. Some of the lights have started to come back on in the locker room area, and the main lights, the field lights, have not come back on yet. Of course, they had to stay off for at least 10 minutes to cool down.
Got to give it to the Carterville cheer team down here. They're keeping the student section entertained. I don't know if we can get any video down here as we pan our camera around to the left. Brian R. Powell is working feverishly to try to get us on the air on WJPF.
One update, 6:30 to go in the game at Heron. Heron now leads 23-7. That's a game Heron trailed at half, 7-3. So looks like Heron will definitely go to 1-0. And Carterville's headed for 1-0. Just going to take a little longer to get there.
Yeah. Just weird stuff happens.
This is crazy.
At least we're not dealing with thunderstorms.
No. We did that 2 years ago. I think 3 of the first 4 weeks were delayed. Games were delayed because of lightning.
What?
The one game would have been week 3 here against Murfreesboro. That game was delayed. Some of the games had been moved to Saturday, but because of something that was going on in Carterville, I think the next day, they decided to stay here and play the game, and that game did not get over till midnight.
Yep. Oh, there was other games scheduled. And
you had the officials who had other commitments the next day. Carterville, that was a heartbreaker. Carterville lost 2 years ago here. The game at DuQuoin was postponed from Friday night to Saturday night, and that would have been in week 4. The Benton game, I do not think that was postponed. The Heron, at least I was thinking there was 3 games that had been affected 2 years ago.
We're back on News Radio WJPF. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. We had a power outage here at the 9:27 mark of the fourth quarter. The complete complex went black, and we lost our internet. That's how we broadcast, and we are thankful for your patience in getting back. And the lights here at Carterville High School, when they reset, they have to allow them to cool, which takes 10 to 15 minutes or so. You did get to hear our pregame interview with Coach Drust during that. Appreciate Brian Arpal, his hard work back at the studio. But I can tell you this, Coach D is going to be, I think, a pretty happy camper when he comes up here to chat with us here in our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show.
Yeah, I think so. Again, the first half, it's kind of a filling out process for both teams. Coach Drust really, I don't think, knew what to expect from his offense. He was hoping that they could get some momentum and score, and they got the big run by Petska that got him on the board right before half. So I think he's got to be very happy. His defense has been very good. They forced 2 turnovers. So I think that for a week 1 game, when there's a lot of unknowns, I think, barring a miracle comeback by Benton, I think he's going to be very happy with what he saw tonight.
Carterville got on the board at the 2:42 mark of the second quarter. That's when Keaton Petska ripped off a 76-yard touchdown run. Extra point from Lazinski was good, 7-0 at the half, Carterville. Then it was the opening drive for the Carterville Lions as Colin Lazinski rambled 67 yards for a touchdown. The extra point was good, 14-0. But I got to tell you what, as good as those 2 plays were, the play of the game was made by Carterville's Matt Jones. He plays defensive end as we start to see the lights come on now here at Carterville High School at the stadium. He had gotten beat by a receiver from Benton. Nice pass from Gordon over the top. Jones got beat, but he never quit. And at the 20-yard line, he drags the receiver down, actually strips the ball, and Carterville's able to recover it. That's my play of the game.
No question, because that was the first, one of the few big plays by Benton in this game, and it looked like it was going to go for a touchdown, but Jones not only caught the receiver, he tackled him and stripped the ball. The other impressive thing about that play is that there were at least 2 Carterville defenders that were following the play, running hard to get down there. They weren't just standing and watching, because even if Jones strips the ball like he did, there's no guarantee if a Carterville player's not down there that they're going to recover the football. So I just thought that was a big turning point in this game, because it looked like Benton was going to cut the lead in half, and Carterville ended up stopping that with a big turnover.
As you can see that the players are out on the field, the officials are at the field. We've had about 10 to 15 minute delay here. These lights don't power up quickly. It's not like your light switch at home. They have to warm up, but you have to be very careful with them. And because if you turn those, after the power went out, if you turned them right back on, it would blow them. Those are expensive lights.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to replace
those. Aren't the kind you go to Walmart and buy.
No.
One score update for baseball fans. Cardinals up 4-0 in the second at Colorado. Miles Michaelis, the pitcher, with a 2-run home run. So Cardinals chasing the Cubs, and baseball getting very exciting for Cubs and Cardinal fans alike.
Yes, it is. But this is a huge series for the Cardinals. Matt Holliday back with the
Rockies.
The Rockies, back where he started. Mm-hmm. And he's been a Cardinal killer over the years before he joined the Cardinals.
Yep.
But this is a big series for them. Here it is 14-0 with 9:27 on the clock. Lights are almost back to full power. Going to give it just a couple more minutes. Each coach, Coach Groves has his team on the sideline. Coach Dennis Drust has his offense just below us here. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. Bank of Carbondale has an online mortgage center where you can check rates or apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information, visit their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. NMLS registration number 742871. Our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show is coming up immediately at the conclusion of this game. All right, we're ready to go again. Carterville has it, second down and 26 from the 26. 9:27 remaining here in the ball game as Keaton Pesca takes the snap. He's going to keep it right straight up the middle to the 20, the 10, to the 5, butt down, and slammed the turf face first at the 3-yard line. Keaton Pesca with a first down. No, it's going to bring up third down and 3.
Straight up the middle. I think it's going to be, let's see. They do have third and goal. So let's see if Carterville can punch this in.
So they have it inside the 5. They mark it at the 4-yard line. Pesca takes the snap, gives it to Lazinski. Touchdown. Colin Lazinski. The Carterville Lions lead the Benton Rangers 20-0.
That's the way to finish a drive. Carterville tried to finish one of their drives with a field goal that went wide left earlier, but Carterville gets the ball back, goes down the field, and finish it off with a Lazinski touchdown.
9:02 on the clock. For the Lions, Colin Lazinski, that's his second run. He had a 67-yard run. That was a 4-yard touchdown run. As it is going to be Carson Pearson with the hold. Lazinski and his orange shoes will attempt the extra point kick. The snap, Pearson's going to look to throw. He rolls out to his left, evades one defender, gets a couple of blocks, cuts it back up on the inside, and he's brought just short out of the 1-yard line. I like that call. I don't know if that was designed or if it was just a breakdown or if it was called, but nice job.
Pearson's small, but he's very quick, and he almost turned a botch play into a two-point conversion.
20-0 is the score when we come back. 9:20 in the fourth quarter. It's Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson on News Radio WJPF. 60, please, 60. Back at Carterville High School, Carterville just kicked off, but we have a flag. It's going to be offside on the Carterville Lions. Colin Lazinski with a 4-yard touchdown run. He had one in the third quarter. That was a 67-yard touchdown run. Keaton Pesca with a 76-yard touchdown run, and that's how the scoring goes tonight. Carterville leads it 20-0. The extra point was no good, and 9:02 on the clock.
Well, I know it's only game one of a 9-game regular season schedule, but Carterville's defense is probably going to keep Carterville in most games. Then it's going to be up to the offense to make a big play here or there, to win ball games. But I think the defense is good enough, especially at linebacker and defensive back, that they're going to keep Carterville in most games.
So Carterville's going to tee it up from the 35 instead of the 40. Lazinski gets his leg into it. Doesn't matter. He's going to kick it into and out of the end zone. So the Benton Rangers will have it first and 10 from the 20-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. The IBEW, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Another thing we need to mention, too, Dave, in this game, Carterville's done well, special teams. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you have a kicker who can kick into the end zone every time, that does not allow a back to run to the 30, 40, or even further. That's a big, big plus to have a kid that can kick it in the end zone.
And they've it just does everything to help your defense to know that they're going to have the opponent at the 20.
And he also punched the ball very well.
First carry by Benton takes it out to the 27-yard line. Second down and 4 now from the 26-yard line.
Benton will have their home opener next week against Sparta.
Quarterback Grant Gordon, the 5'8 junior, takes the snap, gives it to his running back, that is Swagonski. And he's wrapped up by 3 or 4 Carterville Lions right there. Out to about the 30-yard line. They're going to say it's enough for a first down for the Benton Rangers. Gain of 4. 8:20 on the clock. The ball is at the 31-yard line. First and 10 for Coach Justin Groves and the Benton Rangers. Coming up in our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show, Dennis Druss promised me he was going to come up and interview us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said he would do that. We'll break down this game for you. We'll talk to Coach Dennis Druss. Rangers have it. First and 10 from the 31. As back judge throws the flag. Going to be a delay of game, I'd almost bet.
Another Carterville player that I'm going to be interested in watching this year to see how he progresses is Rafe Tuttle. Of course, his brother Brock, a very good football player here at Carterville High School. Rafe's got the size and the strength to really, I think, be a good defensive lineman. He plays the left defensive end. And I think as the season goes along, you're going to hear his name called many times.
6'2", 205. I can tell you this. I think Rafe went to
Is it Illinois Wesleyan? Brock went to Illinois Wesleyan,
yes.
I think.
Yeah, first and 15 for the Rangers. Ball's thrown deep down the right side. Man's there, but it's overthrown. Nice coverage by Carterville's Carson Pearson. Incomplete.
Now, there's no way that ball is going to be completed, even if it's thrown in bounds. I mean, Pearson, who's small in stature, he's only 5'10", 165, and I think that's generous. He was right there. And one thing I've been impressed with since I've done Carterville football, and it's been 3 years now, defensively, the defensive backs play very, very well. They play very well in coverage. And to me, that's one of the hardest things to do, if not the hardest thing to do in high school football, is defend the pass, because you just don't really have the athletes a lot of times to play defensive back.
Well, we saw earlier where the defensive backs held their receivers, didn't hold them, but they kept them covered, as that pass is incomplete on the far side, where the quarterback, Howard, was rolling out, waiting, and nothing ever opened up.
Right. And Carterville will get tested next week in the secondary. Heron's got a couple of kids, the Yates kid and the Johnson kid, who have very good speed on the outside. Heron is playing more of an open spread offense this year, so they'll get tested. But Carterville's defensive backs tonight, last year, a year before, I've been very impressed.
They work hard in practice, I can tell you that. I've been out here for the last 2 weeks every day for practice, and the practice sessions have been really, really good with few exceptions. They've worked hard in that heat. It was brutal, but they worked hard as Howard is forced to roll out. He does roll out to his left side, tries to cut it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Carterville Lions have touched him, and we've got somebody down, and that's Lazinski.
Yeah, Lazinski, it looked like he had been shot out of a cannon chasing the quarterback. He didn't bring him down. He did change his direction. But Lazinski's going to have to come out of the game, and hopefully it's not serious. That would be a major blow. Yep. But he doesn't seem to be in a lot of pain.
Maybe just a stinger.
Yep.
As Benton Rangers, they punt it away. And Nick Crantless takes the kick.
And
at about the 33-yard line.
I'd be surprised if we see Lazinski in this game.
Yeah. Give him a break.
Yeah, going to take. I mean, he punts, he kicks off, he plays defense, he plays offense.
Well, that's the thing about this team, though, Scott Hudson. This team does not have a lot of depth.
No.
And you've got guys like Glazinski that are going to have to go two ways. Inman, Sizemore, Hansberger. There's several of them. Harshberger kind of switches in and out on the line. But that's just kind of how it's going to be for the Lions this year. Plus, some of these underclassmen are going to get some experience in games like this. Now, you can bet that Coach Drust is getting some guys in, trying to get them some of that varsity experience that they haven't had before. Petska's in there at quarterback right now. He hands it off to his running back. Didn't get the number on that.
Matt Jones. 5'9", 150-pound senior.
Number 23. It's giving Lazinski a breather. .620. Clock just continues to roll. Second down and 11 for Carterville from the 33-yard line. 3 receivers left. Matt Jones in the backfield with Keaton Petska. 1 receiver to the right. It's Petska that keeps it. Gets a nice block at the 40-yard line. Spins his way down to the 50. Down inside Benton Ranger territory to the 48-yard line. There was a couple of fine blocks thrown on that play.
And Petska does a very good job of protecting the football because, the Lions, knock on wood, have not put the ball on the ground tonight. And there's been several times where Benton defenders have been grabbing at Petska's arm, trying to rip that football out. He's done a very good job of securing it. Heron won 23-7 over Waterloo. That's a final.
We're going to be about 15 minutes behind all the other games with the power outage we had here. Petska takes the snap, and we have a whistle on the near side. Motion. Timeout called by Coach Dennis Drust. We're going to take a break as well. 20-0 with 5:36 left here in the ball game. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. .60 here. 5-0 Cardinals. It's not a Joe's start of the game. It's just the Joe's post game. So. You're correct, Brian. Back at Carterville with Dave McKenzie. Keaton Petska with a big run. Scott Hudson as he took it right straight up the gut and gain of about 20 yards for the Lions.
Well, he got the snap and made a quick fake like he was going to throw the football, and that kind of froze the defense for a second. That's all Petska needed to go straight up the middle for another big gain.
So the Lions have it deep into Benton Ranger territory. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 5:07 remaining. Petska keeps it, gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a half a yard loss now. But the main thing is that clock just keeps on rolling.
Yeah, keeps on rolling, and that's all Carterville wants to do at this point. Get out of this game healthy. Throw a shutout. Defense, they want the shutout.
You bet. You bet. Hey, the play clocks are back on. 4:35 remaining.
Let that play clock run down as much as you can.
You're only talking, at that rate, you're talking at about 6 plays maybe left in the ball game, as long as they hang on to it, can get a first down.
Of course, now Benton, which they've done this most of the game, their linebackers are just selling out on every play. They're just hitting the gaps, trying to disrupt the play before it get back to the line of scrimmage.
Force a fumble.
And it's kind of a high risk, high reward play, because if you do come into the backfield and blitz and you don't disrupt the play, then there's a lot of open room for the running back to run once he gets past the line of scrimmage.
Nashville Hornets knocked off Carlisle tonight 35-6. Cardinals lead at 6-0 over the Rockies. That pass was a floater. It was incomplete.
Yeah, Kralis was open at about the 5, but the ball was thrown to Kralis's right and in the end zone.
We're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game coming up on our People's National Bank post-game show. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, putting up with our technical issues that we've had. Petska looks to throw down the middle, down the left side, wide open. Oh, as Nick Kralis was wide open. He had beat the defender, but the pass was just a touch long. So now it's going to be possession given to the Benton Rangers, as that was 4th down and 13 from the 30.
Yeah, he had Kralis right down the seam, had gotten past 2 defenders, just a little overthrown. But at some point, Carterville's going to have to throw the ball, whether it be next week, the week after, somewhere down the road. Carterville's going to have to throw the ball to help them win a football game, and Petska showed a pretty good arm on that throw.
So the Rangers have got an opportunity. Carterville wants to preserve the shutout. 1st and 10 from the 30. Gordon throws it right across the middle. That is Craig that's caught there. He spins and is driven into the ground at about the 33-yard line. 2nd down now and 7 for the Rangers.
Take away the big pass play that Benton had in the first half that resulted in a fumble. When Benton has completed a pass, they have not had many yards after catch.
No, they've not.
They have been taken down almost immediately after they've caught the ball.
The yards after contact on the pass are very small.
Yep.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Howard straight back. Dumps it off to Skwigonski. He gets out across the 40-yard line to about the 45-yard line before he's brought down. Enough for a first down. 1st and 10 now for the Rangers. They have it at the 45.
Well-designed play, a screen pass to the left. They let the defensive line for Carterville come through, set up the screen to the left side. Nice throw, nice run. And Benton has the ball at their own 45.
2:40 remain here in the game. 3 receivers right. 1 to the left. Howard rolls to his right, wants to throw again. Nice containment by the Lions. Howard spins back around. Now they've got him pinned in the backfield. Big block there thrown, and that is enough to get Howard out to the outside where he's pushed out of bounds. I think it was, number 63, Hunter Roberts laid a pop on one of the Carterville Lions to free up Gordon to get to the outside.
Well, something else that happened, I think it was Shane Sizemore, who's coming off now. He was on the far right side when the Benton quarterback was coming to the near side, and he just kind of gave up on the play. He thought the play was over. All of a sudden, he looks up, and the Benton quarterback reverse field and gone right by him.
Drove right by him. So Gordon looks to throw deep down the middle. Man wide open. That was Newcomb, Aiden Newcomb. But the ball was overthrown. There was nobody. He snuck in somewhere.
Yeah, the safety had, I guess, slid over to the far side of the field.
Next week, we hit the road at Heron. Scott and I have our pregame coverage starting at 6:45. Kickoff is slated for 7 o'clock. Week 3, Carterville will host Murfreesboro. Week 4, September 14th, Carterville goes to DuQuoin. As Howard rolls to his right, wants to throw it deep down the middle. Man's wide open. That was
incomplete.
Craig, and he dropped the ball. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Rangers.
Bybee, the 6'1 sophomore, he's the reason why that pass was incomplete. The receiver had the ball. The Bybee was right there and stripped the ball out of his arms before he went to the ground.
Seems like the last minute has taken like 10 minutes to roll off that clock. But incomplete passes stop the clock.
Bybee only a sophomore, and he made a heck of a play there.
20-0 Carterville with the lead. 2:03 on the clock. Gordon, he wants to throw again. Rolls left, throws it deep over the edge. It's incomplete for bringing up 4th down now. 4th and 10 from the 40.
Carterville hasn't gotten a lot of pressure on Benton's quarterback after the first quarter, not because there isn't pressure, but Benton is rolling their quarterback out to either the right or left to get away from that pressure. That just, we talk about the one play where the quarterback just got destroyed in the first half. So they're getting their quarterback on the perimeter, letting him have more time to find a receiver.
Mason Hunsberger just laid the hammer to him. Howard, he drops straight back this time, steps up in the pocket, feels a little pressure, throws it over the top. Man's there, and it's caught inside the 10-yard line. That was a nice reception, and I believe that is that Picklesimer, or is that Craig? Joey Craig, I believe.
That's going to be marked at about the 9. A good throw. Stepped up into the pocket. He felt the pressure from the outside, stepped up into the pocket, and threw a BB down the far sideline.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 1:30 remaining. Howard rolls to his right, throws it out. It's caught at about the 2-yard line.
Wow, I don't know how did he catch that.
That is Aiden Newcomb that made the catch there.
Carson Pearson flashed right in front of the receiver. I thought Pearson was probably going to either knock it down or intercept it. And the next thing you know, the receiver's got the ball.
2nd and 2 from the 2. 2nd and goal. Under a minute to go. Carterville shutout on the line here. They lead it 20-0, under a minute. As the clock ticks. They give it to the running back. That is Craig. And they score on the 2-yard dive. And they get the touchdown. 20-6.
Well, that was all Benton's quarterback on that drive. Made some nice decisions. Was able to get out of pressure. Get away from pressure, rolling to the right or left.
50 seconds remaining in the game. They're going to go for 2. Howard looks to throw, feels pressure, throws to the right, throws it out of bounds. 20-6 is the 2-point attempt is no good.
50 seconds to play. Benton Rangers 6, Carterville Lions 20.
We'll take another break. 20-6 with 5:07 left. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. .50 seconds remaining in the contest. Benton scores on the 2-yard Touchdown run from Joey Craig. Our People's National Bank postgame show is coming up. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Good ball game by the Carterville Lions to start things off, Scott.
No question. You know, the first game of the year at home, you know, you obviously want to start the season with a win, but a lot of positives coming out of this game. A lot of question marks coming into this game, but Coach Drust and his staff have got to be happy with the result.
St. Louis Cardinals lead the Rockies 7-2 now. Carterville's going to have the ball with 50 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
I'm sure Carterville will take 3 knees. I doubt Benton will stop the clock, although they could, but I would think they would just let this clock run out. They'll get ready for Sparta in their home opener next week. Carterville, as you said, will head to the east to take on Heron next week in week 2.
We get to stay close to home the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then, well, week 3 back here against Murfreesboro.
Yeah, that's true. Keaton Petska. What's the play clock? Takes 1 snap, takes a knee. The clock is going to roll. They're going to have to snap it one more time.
Yeah, one more, and that'll be it.
20-6 is going to be the final score here. As the Carterville Lions open up the season, Coach Dennis Drust gets win number 136 as a Carterville Lion. 17 years for Coach D. Hey, don't forget you can follow all of Carterville Lions sports, middle school and high school. The new website, if you go to il.8to18, and that is the number 8, to18.com/Carterville Lions. The live stream is there, all the rosters, all the scores. Carterville Lions. Happy campers here at CHS as they knock off the Benton Rangers 20-6 in the 2018 season opener. Our People's National Bank postgame show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. What do you want to do here, Brian? Outstanding. Back at Carterville High School, I'm Dave McKenzie. My partner Scott Hudson is standing next to me. 20-6, the final score. The Lions knock off the Benton Rangers. What a good ball game it was for the Lions defensively. Wow, they did a great job. They did give up that late touchdown with 50 seconds left here in the fourth, but just an all-around good performance by Coach Dennis Drust and his Carterville Lions.
No question. You know, coming into the game, I thought with 6 returning starters on the defensive side of the ball, that was going to be the unit that was going to have to set the tone for this game, to give the offense time to come together with so many kids playing new positions, and not necessarily new positions, but more minutes than they've been used to playing in years past. And it kind of played out the way I thought it would. Carterville did not give up many big plays in the first half, maybe 2 or 3. That was it. Of course, Petska with a big, long touchdown run to get Carterville on the board 7-0. And then from that point on, I thought Carterville's offense played a little better. They were a little more consistent running the ball. Carterville's defense, of course, with the big play with Jones, I think that was probably the turning point in the game. If Benton scores there, they've got all the momentum on their side, and maybe they come back and make a game of this. But that big defensive play by Jones is stripping the receiver of the ball that to me just kind of deflated the Rangers. From that point on, their defense was on their heels, and Carterville just, they finished strong, and that's what you got to do in games like this.
It's your People's National Bank postgame show. All right, let's talk about our Joe's Lawn Care potential stars of the game. You could go with Colin Lazinski. He scored 2 touchdowns. He scored on a 4-yard touchdown run. He had a 67-yard touchdown run. Petska had a 76-yard touchdown run. You could give it to Matt Jones making that big defensive play after getting beat. He never quit. He got back and made the play, stripped the ball. You could give it to the Carterville defensive team as a whole. You could give it to the line, offensive side or defensive side, as the stars of the game. It was just an all-around good effort, and I don't know who to give this Joe's Lawn Care star of the game to.
Well, I don't either. I think when you look at all the individuals you just mentioned and the defense, when you have a team like Carterville has this year that lost so many good skill position players off of last year's team, you have to have several players, many players, step up and make big plays. And that's what we saw tonight. Jones, Petska, Lazinski, the defense, everybody did their part. The defensive secondary I thought was very good all night long, except for the one play, but even Jones made up for that with the big strip. So I'm going to defer to you because I could give it to any individual, several individuals, or the defense. This is a tough one.
It is a tough one, and I tell you what, when we'll get to our break here in just a second, I keep watching for Coach D, and as he gets stopped, a quick post game with his team. He'll be coming up and joining us here, but there's so many different ways that the Joe's Lawn Care star of the game could go, but we will make our announcement coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Let's go on and do that. When we return, we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game here. Carterville wins it 20-6, week 1 of the IHSA 2018 football season. Stay with us here on News Radio WJPF. All right, back with the Carterville Lions. All right, here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go with the quarterback, Keaton Petska, Scott Hudson, as our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. He did play a great ball game. That first touchdown, 76 yards, came in the second quarter, and just a big moment for the Lions. Seemed like they got rolling after that. He settled down. Good ball game from by Keaton Petska.
Yeah, I have no problem with that pick because coming into this game, there were probably more question marks about Keaton than maybe some of the other players on this team. And, obviously there were some nerves in that first quarter, as well there should be with anybody playing their first game, full game as the starting quarterback for Carterville. I thought after the first quarter he settled down. He settled in. He didn't get rattled. He made, you talk about the big 70-plus yard run for a touchdown that got the Lions on the board. And from that point on, it's almost as if he took a big, deep breath and says, okay, I'm good. I got this. And he started running the offense more efficiently. He ran the ball well when his number was called. Very elusive. Maybe not the fastest kid on the team, but very elusive, very hard to bring down. And when you have that kind of pressure on you as a quarterback, I thought he did very well and got better as the game went along. So I think Keaton Petska would be a good pick for star of the game.
There you go. Your Joe's Lawn Care star of the game is quarterback Keaton Petska. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Owned and operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann at Carterville. Carterville's Lawn Care has been proudly serving Southern Illinois for 20 years. Over 20 years. They specialize in commercial, residential, lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148. Joe's Lawn Care in Carterville. Keaton Petska, our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Coach Dennis Drust has made his way to the press box. We're going to talk to the coach on our People's National Bank postgame show here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson here at Carterville High School, where the Carterville Lions have knocked off the Benton Rangers week 1 of the high school football season. And our People's National Bank postgame show continues as we have Coach Dennis Drust joining us here. Coach, we talked about that you would probably be a pretty good happy camper after this game.
You know, week 1's always tough, and especially when we play Benton. I don't know how many years this is. It's been a week 1 game, but it's been a competitive game and a tough game to prepare for, and probably a pretty good game to watch by the fans every year that we've played. So, you know, week 1's a struggle. You don't know what your team's going to do, and they had a new staff, and you know, give their kids credit. They played really hard today, and, you know, it's always good to get that win week 1 and learn a little bit about your team. We learned a little bit about our team tonight, and now it's time to improve day by day and week by week and get a few more wins this year.
Back and forth in the first quarter. Both teams kind of, it seemed maybe nerves was a little bit of it. Good defense, but then it was in the second quarter, your quarterback Keaton Petska, that big 76-yard touchdown run kind of set the tone for your offense.
You know, he's a big, strong kid, and the more confidence he gets, the better he's going to be for us at back there, and that's why he's there. You know, he can run it and break those tackles and get extra yards like he did all night tonight. And then you throw in Ski. You know, neither one of them were in the backfield at all last year, so it was a learning experience for them. And you know, once they settled in, then we played pretty well offensively.
Coach, you lost so many skill position players, especially off last year's team. And I think this, you know, we were talking after the game when we were trying to figure out who our star of the game was going to be. And when you lose as many players as you did last year, you got to have a lot of individuals step forward and make plays. We were having trouble. Was it going to be Petska, the way he played, especially after the first quarter? Was it going to be Lazinski? Was it going to be the defense? Jones with the big strip down here. That was huge.
That was our defensive play of the game.
My point is, you know, you had a lot of guys and the defensive unit to make big plays, and I think that's something that you were hoping to see tonight.
Exactly. You know, we got 6 starters back on defense, so we've kind of known that our defense should be ahead a little bit of the offense, and they've got to play well each week to give our offense time to mature and improve week by week. We're still a work in progress offensively, but no, the defense played well. It's, you know, it's disappointing they didn't get the shutout. They battled to the end, but you know, it's a seniors game, and we're playing a lot of seniors, and we don't have a lot of depth either. So those guys battled and hung in there all night, and you know, that was the key to our victory. We just battled all night.
Coach, we talked about that. I want to come back to it because I want to give him props. Matt Jones got beat by that receiver. It was a beautiful pass and great timing. He got beat, but he didn't quit. And he chased that guy down and stripped the ball at the 20, and Carterville's able to fall back on it.
This year, our term before the game was breaking point. We don't have a breaking point. Matt got beat, didn't break, stayed with it, and then did a great job of stripping it and give the guys. Did Kralis recover it? I'm not.
Yes.
Somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 2 guys down,
and that's
chasing
the other
thing. With it and recovered. You know, they didn't give up on the play, and you know, that's the difference. And you know, that's big for those kids especially, and that's big for us tonight, and was big in this win. That could have been a big turning point in the game for Benton, getting the score there, but it actually turned the momentum to us.
You talked about your defense. Of course, that was your strength coming in, as you mentioned, 6 returning starters. You know, you've got the 2 returning linemen. You've got the 2 linebackers. Then, of course, you had Kralis and Moore in the backfield. You know, the old saying in baseball, if you're good up the middle, you're probably going to be successful. That's kind of what you got on your defense. You've got that middle covered. And I've said this for the 3 years I've been here. I have been very impressed with the defensive backs that you've had as far as coverage. Even when Benton caught the ball, which wasn't a lot, but when they did, they never got yards after the catch, or very rarely until late in the game, because your defensive backs are always spot on. They're always where they're supposed to be, and it's tough to complete passes against your secondary.
You know, first series, Benton goes empty, and they got the guy wide open down the middle. He's get it, and Dylan Moore comes in and puts a hit on it and knocks the ball loose. That was a big play there. If we miss, you know, that could easily be a touchdown for Benton as well. But you're right. You know, we, Coach Wake and Coach Gerald's, they really get after the defense, and they prepare, and, you know, that's credit to them. They do a good job with that, and, you know, we're 7-on-7 every day, and get those backs to be more aggressive. And that's been a point of emphasis with them this year. You know, we had like 2 picks all season last year. So that's been a point of emphasis. Let's get more aggressive on the ball. Let's get there. Let's get some picks and get things going. I don't think, well, we had 1 pick at Murphy last year, but I don't think we got another pick till like week 8 or 9 last year. So they've really pushed for those kids to be more aggressive in the secondary, and that was big in tonight's game.
Carterville Lions win it 20-6 in week 1 against the Benton Rangers. Congratulations, Coach. Next week, what do you, as you said here, what do you think about the Heron game, week 2?
Well, you know, they were down, but I think they came back and won.
Yeah, 23-7.
We know they've got some good skill. We know they're going to line up toe-to-toe and come right at you. You know, they've got good skill in the backfield. So, you know, it'll be a challenge, and I think that we have to go there. And you know, but it's a Heron-Carterville game. A couple of years ago, everybody thought it was going to be a big offensive game, and it ended up 7-6. So, you know, anything can happen when you play. So we got to get our guys healthy, get them healed up from this week, prepare them, and then go play next Friday.
Carterville Lions win it 20-6, week 1. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
Coach D joining us here on our People's National Bank post-game show. Scott, I'll give you the opportunity to wrap us up.
Good first night of high school football at Carterville. I thought the Lions did what they had to do. Defense set the tone early. The Carterville offense finally caught fire. Petska with that big run, 70-plus yard run for the touchdown, got the Lions on the board. And from that point on, Carterville started to slowly but surely take control of this ball game on both sides of the ball. You didn't see Benton having some of those 5, 6, 7-yard running plays that they had in the first half. Benton's defense was out on the field a lot in that third quarter. They got gassed. They were on their heels. Carterville took advantage of it. I thought for a first week, with a team that had so many kids graduate and so many kids playing more minutes than they'd ever played before, I thought it was a very, very good performance by the Carterville Lions. And as you could tell by Coach Drust, he was very happy with it. But they got to prepare for next week. But I'm sure they'll savor this victory for at least the next 24 hours.
20-6 the final. Next week, we hit the road. Cross-county rival, Heron Tigers. Scott and I will have our pregame show starting at 6:45. Kickoff is slated for 7 o'clock. They win it 20-6 tonight. Nice game by the Lions here this evening. On behalf of and for my partner, producer, engineer back at the studio, Brian Arpal, nice job tonight with the issues that we had early on, and you worked your way through them, saved us as always. For my partner, Scott Hudson, Carterville wins it 20-6 tonight here at Carterville to open the season. We'll play next Friday night. So I'm Dave McKenzie. You have a great work week. Be safe. Jerry, take care, buddy. And we will talk to you next Friday night. Have a great night.